Hello and thank you for joining me today. This is Julie from Bubbleberries Crafts and I'm also a Stampin' Up independent demonstrator here in the UK. And today I have a little box tutorial for you. This is using just one sheet of designer series paper measuring 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches. The box itself, when it's finished, measures a height of 4.5 inches and a width and a depth of 1 inch. So it's quite a sweet little box. Ideal for little Easter eggs or just some treats that you could pop in there, and I'm going to show you how to make this today. So like I said, I'm using a sheet of designer series paper and I've chosen to use the Moonlight designer series paper stack. Some really sweet designs in here, and I'm going to be using this one with the Sahara sand as the background colour on here. In order to do this, you'll need your scoreboard. Don't worry about any of the sizes, the scoring or any of the details. There will be a link below that you can click on that will take you straight over to my blog where all the details will be for your ease. So to start with your paper, with the short side at the top, we need to score at 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then turning your paper round so that the long side is at the top, we need to score at 1 and 5.5, and that's all the scoring done. We can then get rid of the scoreboard. Then just come along and fold on all of your score lines just to reinforce them. Around all of them. Okay. Once you've done that, you've got a very short area that you've scored in at one side. The boxes that are immediately above and below that, we need to just cut them away. So following your score lines, just trim them boxes away. And then you'll be left with a shape like that. Then to start, then on the bottom you're going to have another 3 score lines that come up to meet the score line across here. We're just going to come along and snip up them lines just to that score line. Turn it around and do exactly the same on the bottom. Can't see the score line, there it is. Okay, then we can start putting the box all together. So to do this, with your little short flap that you have, just using some sticky strip today as it's paper, but you can choose to use any kind of adhesive that you like. Run a strip down your little tab and then just bring the side over and just join up the sides. That squish, and then that is basically the box shape there. Then we just need to close up the bottom and the top. Obviously you'd put your gift or whatever inside, and to do that just folding the sides and again using some sticky strip or whatever, close up the bottom, and then we can do exactly the same with the top. So that is your box then completed, and then we can go on to decorate it. Now I'm going to be using some lovely ribbon to put round it. I'm going to attempt to tie a bow. I'm not very good at bows at all. So if this doesn't work, then I may revert to tying a knot, because I am terrible. I really am. I'm fingers and thumbs. But we'll give it a go. Oh dear. Bow challenged. Oh dear, see? Right, let's try again. One last time. I can spend ages trying to tie a bow and then fiddling with it afterwards just to get it to look half sensible. No, not going to do it. So I'm going to revert to tying a knot, but obviously if you're a lot better than me at tying your bows, then go ahead and tie your bow. I can't even tie a knot today. What is the matter with me? Oh dear. Right, there we go. There's my attempt. That will do. So trim off your ends, make it look pretty. You'll have a pretty bow. Not like me. And then we can come along. And I'm using Crisp Cantaloupe and the Itty Bitty Flower Punch. And I'm just going to punch out 3 of them. Shoot them everywhere. There's my 3 flowers, and while I've got this card here, I'm then going to use the 1 3/4 by 7/8 of an inch oval punch, and I'm just going to punch one of them out for our tag, and then I can just move that out of the way. And then, where am I? I'm going to do stamping now, and then we can start putting it all together. So taking a piece of Whisper White, I'm going to be using a round array today, and I'm going to use the You Make Me Smile sentiment in here. I've got that all prepared on my block, and then picking up on the colour in the paper of the Sahara Sand, I'm going to use the same ink. So bringing that in. I think that's upside down. That'll be okay. Right. So stamp out your sentiment. Put that to one side. And then with the round array, it matches up beautifully with the 7/8 of an inch scallop circle punch. So we can then, whoops, take that out and pop that to one side. And then taking my sponge mat and bringing back in the Itty Bitty flowers, and using a ball tool or the back of your paper piercer, just give them a little squish in the centre, which helps to bring them up into a 3D fashion. And then I do love my rhinestones, so I'm going to be taking some of the rhinestones and just popping them into the centre. So that's the flowers then done. And then taking your oval and your sentiment, just using a dimensional, you can pop that onto the back of the sentiment, and then I'm turning mine long ways because obviously the box is slim. Just place that into the centre, and then we're ready to start putting these all onto our box. So using some glue dots for the flowers, I can turn these all over. Just taking a glue dot, placing it into the back, and then you can put them wherever you like. I've just been clustering mine randomly around the box. Oops. Last one. Just put that on there. So they're the flowers on. And then taking your sentiment, using another dimensional, pop that onto the back. And then you can position that up by your bow or anywhere that you'd like to put it on the box. And there you go, that is the box complete. Very sweet, very simple, quick to do. So I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. Even though I couldn't tie a bow, I will put it up for the photos. But thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.